Culture Week. Mr. Bwame, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to talk about Culture Weeks. Yeah. What is the purpose of Culture Week in schools?
In schools and universities, we have students from different communities. And when we are talking about different communities, means that we have different cultures. Different cultures mean they have their different religious beliefs, practices, traditions, and then we have their arts, and then the way they express themselves. Even the way I greet you in my community is different from the way other people will greet other people in another community. The way I eat and the food we cook, maybe in the community, is different from the way people do it in another community. Now, the Cultural Week is the period when students have to celebrate their culture. We must not throw our culture away. So they celebrate their culture, and then they learn through their arts, their culture, by doing what? Maybe dancing, singing, through theater, film, sports, different games.
What is community development?
Community development is where people just take collective action to find first their needs, problem they face in their community, and then they take collection action to find solution to their problems because they are living in the community. So community development is when people are no more recipients of aid given or development program, but they are also stakeholders of the development program. You can see them from the identification of the problem they face in their community first, and then how they could find solution up to the implementation of the projects. Let me be more specific. When there is a water, just safe water projects, now the community can donate land.
I'm in studio with Mr. Romain Bwame, a specialist of analysis, social issues. Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
First, thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm a translator, interpreter, and then social issues analyst.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bwame. We shall come back to you. But before we come back to Mr. Bwame, let's have the national news. Well, dear viewers, let's now turn to our guest, Mr. Bwame. Well, Mr. Bwame, we can see that on these special reports made by Kosigle, we've seen that issues on gender equity and science is being raised. What can we, or what shall we understand by gender equality and women in science?
Yeah, women in science is very, very important because we have to know that today we are at the age of computer, internet, and artificial intelligence.